In this new episode of Assyria, as it's a new century, even though it has already been that way. But, yeah, this is a bit different. Now I'm Empress Ketina, who is 6 years old, which means that, oh boy. That means 10 years Regency. And look who's educating me. It's my father, Vishtashpa, who is a Zoroastrian. And, and I'm sure some of these vassals aren't going to look at me happily. Well, oh no, they're fine with me. It seems nobody bats an eye about. The opinion predecessor. Yeah, it seems everyone loved Talia, especially to the king of Persia because he's the one that. She's the one that gave him Persia. Well, of course, I was referring to my mother Talia, the previous empress well, she was depressed throughout most of her adult life, but her life was cut short due to the combination of depression, pneumonia, and a horrible treatment by a court physician, which, by the way, is he still here? Yes, that man. That man killed my mother. Not saying like murder, but he's the one responsible for, you know, further accelerating my mother's death. I would tell him to... Look, do I want to be that kind of guy? That's kind of malicious this early. As if this blind man doesn't know nothing. And I can't antagonize him because I'm too young to be antagonizing or swaying people. Nor, assassinating. Just provoke a Tato and tell him to get the heck out of here. He's gonna go to a Duchess, he's gonna go to the Duchy of the Aegean Islands, so... Out! Get out of the country. Because I don't want to see you anymore because of what you did with my mother. And get me a new one. If the new one isn't any good, then I'm gonna have to find other sources. As in, find me the wisest man of the world to be the next court physician if that guy isn't good enough. So, 10 years Regency. So retinues are going that way in anticipation of intervening this one Sogdian conflict, because we're currently going off for a non-aggression pact because he's losing in a holy war currently for that area. What is it? Asked Guards. I inherit this sublime model. It's a book. It's from Empress Talia. Want to keep it well stored for you. We need some inheritance though. Yeah, sure, I got money. And speaking of money, going up against the Emperor of Kanabuna. Yeah. Sure, that's in Abyssinia, right? Yes, that area. Yeah, just stick it up against the African pagans. And remember, I can't start any wars, but we can intervene in some. And the HRE is doing fine. Oh yeah, that reminds me, since I saw the wonder symbol. In Sind, the Kingdom of Sind, which is ran by the Chinese people. Yes, I said Chinese because of the Han ethnicity. Despite the fact that they live in an area where, yes, Hans moved into the Indus, but there's still Sindhis there. It is really odd, the Hans people, they typically live up there, but a long time ago in the Kingdom of Sind, there was Sindhi, then they became Jains, and it was Muhammad Tur Tamaji the Just. That's where that whole dynasty began. And they've been using Chinese names ever since. but they're Jains, so which means almost everybody in India is that. Matter of fact, all of their ruling dynasties, they're all Jains. So it kind of makes me wonder, like, our future plan was to take Makran, but if we dare enter the Indus, that means you're not only going to be facing this many, but also that many, and that many, and many, many more. And let's not forget about those guys as well. And them too, and that one. Oh, we already looked at that. So basically what you're going up against is a real, these guys still exist? Okay, it's too early to be thinking about fighting against giants and invasion of India and Tibet as part of imperial expansion to the east. And if I ever wanted to lower the threat faster, I have to stop expanding or, alternatively, give some countries independence. Although the best one to do that is to release Arabia, but I don't want to release Arabia. I would rather... Again, they're still under Galakine succession. If they ever have more children, then maybe the realms can finally split between Arabia, Egypt, and Nubia. Then, if it continues to expand into Africa, then we'll create the Kingdom of Africa and give them independence. Because I have no desire in governing that area. That's just future plans and future expansions if I really want to implement the, the Indian strategy. Well, right now, too early to be thinking about. I'm just a child. You're not even thinking like an ambitious person. I don't know why I ordered Memorial Mass. I was supposed to click on search the domain for that, but at this time, it's for my dear ancestors. Let's just have that for 4 years. That was an accident. Okay, get back. A Silk Road merchant arrived recently in Nineveh. The guards told me that under the guise of providing free medical examinations, this Xerxes, and how do you say that name? Had used the opportunity to preach the gospel of money. The guards locked him up, and perhaps he could work as a physician. A Ketian Manichaean? Gee, I don't know. No, I don't trust him. Too low of a learning skill. Sweet Empress, so we still have our alliance. At least you never, say no because of political concerns, because we're too far away from you, despite our recent expansions. Yeah. Okay, who is the wisest man in the world that is willing to join the cause of these next coalition? Of course, it's those guys. Hashamadin, you come in. You're a pretty bright fellow. Maybe I'll make you our own philosophical tutor. But then again, we're worried about tutorship later on. Zoroastrian uprising in Persia, Loristan in particular. That's under Babylon jurisdiction. Stop. There you go. We were able to escape to there. Done deal. Are you sure you need my help? You still losing? No, you're winning. Let's not rush into things, alright? So... Oh, by the way, how I said about threat level needs to go down? Threat decay speed. Okay, here's another guy I need to invite. Who's got the best diplomacy? This young man here. Get him over here. Because I wonder if this will work. He has 26 diplomacy skill. Put him up there. Does that make it? Yes? That's minus 26, so it'll go down a bit faster. But remember, considering the defensive pact. At least there are no Eastern defensive pact yet, but knowing that I said I plan on expanding into Makran, which means it would be facing all Zoroastrians and other people of the Mazdan faiths of different kinds, as if the whole world is going to be against me. That's the reason why I want to maintain the friendship and alliance of the Sogdians. Oh, that's somewhere else. Like, say, oh, down there. Big one at that. Oh, that's nothing. Just saw my phone on my desk, the notification I was on. He's like, did that guy just watch my Order Trail video? By that guy, I mean my brother. Just a little thing. Yeah, just gotta remember, if I wanted to play Warlord, and then if you wish to expand, these defense packs are really gonna lock down on me. Which of course makes it boring, but since I'm relatively young and I'm in a Regency, so it's alright, I can wait. I can't declare any wars in the next 9 years. It's too bad I can't recruit you because, I mean, look, you're a duelist. You would have been great serving our country, but it's unfortunately that that we were warring factions. But eventually that broken spear thing's gonna kill him. Yeah, I originally rose up my guard red too in anticipation if they want me involved in this war, but clearly they got this in the bag. And I'm thinking maybe we should just move across country and position them there in anticipation of that future conflict. Unless there's a situation going on. Oh, that's did your holding. Rivalry. Liberation of Romania. If only these Sardinians embraced Nestorianism, then I would have, helped them out as well. But at least the Balkans entirely have embraced Nestorianism. Almost entirely. And so did the nomads of that we've been long rivals to. And Nestorianism is even spread by, up there, by the man who's called the Great, and he is very long-lived. But he isn't going to be long for this world. because he founded his bloodline. He was the child of destiny. So yeah, one would say he's the chosen one to spread Nestorianism in the Arctic regions near the Siberian wastes. Yeah. Oh really, you want me there? Okay. Guess we're all gonna come over there and help you with your little problem. By goodness, Osmeg is still spreading his faith. So now this high chiefdom, its neighbor, you got no other choice but to accept the Nestorian faith, which I'm very, very happy. We thought it was impossible to spread Nestorianism into Eastern Europe, and the West is starting to embrace it little by little, with the Holy Roman Empire as its biggest patron. Whereas for us, where that faith originated, just makes us feel like we've accomplished our long-term goal. I'm just very, very happy that it's happened. So I pass through here. The treasure chamber in the Alexandria lighthouse is finished. As we're building up another stage of that lighthouse. Oh, there's one more feature I could build. I thought I already finished that. Just take your pick. We already have gargoyles that can execute prisoners. Primogeniture. Hey, switch the gavel kind. Just wondering about, increasing the levy size by adding a watchtower network. A network of watchtowers and garrisons have been founded across the realm. Again, we've become an expansionist empire, so I thought it makes sense to build a watchtower network. No need to build the other thing that'll increase city vassal opinion. No need to do that. That's mainly because, that bloodline that we have. That was founded by my grandfather. Grandfather? Yes, grandfather. Okay, good. Also, I'm trying to increase the speed a little. I mean, it's a Regency. There's nothing much I can do. Connected. Months. Isn't that supposed to be dead? You're part of Datum. Well, I guess I have to give you. Oh yeah, be careful with that stuff when you create titles. risky. A lot of good people have been passing away, and maybe one day some of them will become saints. I don't. Even though now we have this place to get our troops around now that Persia is connected. Not necessarily the kingdom of Persia. And of course, just for that expansion, that just makes the threat level go up once again. But hey, at least our borders with Sogdiana is ever closer now. Happy about that. Spend big. The hospitals. Such as the chapels. Just to increase on the disease resistance. So that way no epidemic can ever touch Assyrian lands again. Notice something. There's another royal palace being built. There's one in Tudisan now, and the capital of the Kingdom of Sind and Rajputana. They're building a royal palace. How many wonders are there? Look, there's 4 from here. The Grand Temple of Samarkand. And 2 royal palaces. Which I'm sure the one in Tunis is already done. Well, about to be. That's my kinswoman. Gee, I ought to be careful because if I just burn out pasta now, I'm going to get at that kinslayer trait. So yeah, she'll get excommunicated. Maybe someone's going to put a bounty on her, and a member of the Fighters Guild will take her out. I know it's a screwed up thing to say, but still. Today I had help digging. Help out digging in the garden. But our garden is boring. My gardening is boring, and the garden is boring too. Maybe, yeah, I could be a bit rowdy. Huh. Maybe I could tickle her. What do you mean, her? Who am I tickling? She was not ticklish, and she's telling everybody what a hassle I'm after around. She is stupid. Everybody in this court is irritated by my, playfulness. Despite the fact that I held a mass for some dead relatives of mine. Because, I'm a good girl. Even on rally, still. Somebody. Who is conquering Khotan? Jayan conquerors. Sure thing. But please, one at a time. Oh, wait a minute. Are there really that many? Did you really kill them all? Well, that's one of them. I don't know, who am I sending? The cavalry or the infantry? No, no. Get the cavalry. No, don't make my chancellor do that work. We need it to get the threat level down. I'm not interested in Pullman. I had to sell a caravan. And there's my brother and heir. Shaddam of Dalem. Ooh. Hey, I got an idea. So yes, Rome is split. Hold the phone. Remember, you can't be giving titles away because, you know, people get mad. Aha! I can grant viceroyalties. That's what I can do. I can get rid of this duchy now. Get that off of me. And you want Dalem? No, I think he deserves it more. Because, you know, it's kind of up in his alley. Unfortunately, I have to give him a viceroyalty too because I can't give it away, otherwise my vassals are going to get antsy at me. The exile. That's the word for that? And that Satrapy is going to go to him as well. It's only temporary. Whenever you all die and those titles get back to me during my adult life, then we can finally fix things. And what are you Persians doing? Oh yeah, you're having your first taste of the war against both the Zoroastrians and the Giants of Sistan. So it levels up again, because you people won't stop expanding. Viceroyalty to you too. Even with the winter that just killed off our troops, we're still there, still committed. So we'll be back. Just take your territories back, and whatnot. Okay, now get back home. Even though it's going to take you a year to get back there. Because that's how it is. Egypt has split off, as what Galvakan is supposed to do. Now it's Egypt and Nubia. And Arabia is back to being a country of its own. There's no air and it would get to that. If those Egyptians continue on their expansion into... No, that's Arabia's job. If they expand into Africa, then I will create the Kingdom of Africa and give them independence. I mean, if I give Arabia independence, that means this is going to also become an independent entity. Because that's because of the rules of, you know, reducing border gore. But clearly, this is border gore here. Okay. How old am I now? 10. What's Babylonia doing? Yeah, you are expanding again. Bishtab, my father. Well, you've been a good father to me, so you'll be known as the Festive. It's kind of funny that my father is my educator, although a Zoroastrian, whereas, you know, he could, you know, one would think they'd try to convert me into Zoroastrianism, which that won't happen because that would alienate my subjects. As I ride through the empty corridors of my castle on my trusty wooden stick horse, I come across my regent Majid against a pressure on the balcony with his back turned against me. Oh no, don't do that. It's a stupid thing to do, honestly. When is this character's birthday? June 9th, every time. I've been out fishing for hours, and I still haven't caught a fish as big as that servant's child got yesterday. If I wait long enough, I may catch something, or it'll be a waste of time. After a few more hours, I finally feel something bite. It's a huge fish, probably the biggest fish in Nineveh. They will tell stories of today. If one would exaggerate, I mean, I'm making a biblical reference here. I'm sure many know this story. The biggest fish in Nineveh, one would think it's about as the size as that big fish that once, you know, swallowed Jonah. And Jonah spent 3 days there or so, and then, and he's out of there. Whereas to, you know, to the Church of the East, they observe that type of event. It's a fast. One would think, yeah, Nestorian tradition. There. That way. Yeah, Babylonia keeps on expanding. What the heck was I gonna look for? There you are. So you're now expanding in the parts of Khorasan. A tannery. Okay. Fine resource. Although more, it's just another resource to make money on. Again, we're just expanding faster and faster than ever. Is any good for the Nubians, but wonder what they're doing. Not affected yet. As for them, supporting Kadabonu on that front. And Bulgaria's once again, you know, break it down in all kinds of heck. What is... Slavic pagans are at it again. Conquerors. But there's still Nestorians out there. Tunis Palace. Yep, they did make a royal palace. As a matter of fact, they're building up another stage. Well, yes they can, because they have the money to do so. Because of having that palace, that increases their retinue size and their court size. You know, if we ever expanded into Tunis, I don't... Well, then again, it's going to be an independent country no matter what. And whenever we conquer it, then I have to give it independence, just to reduce that threat. And to ensure, you know, future expansions into India. Which I'm really contemplating on that. Even though the danger is there's so many levies in that country, even if it's not united, it's still a scary thing, you know, to fight against. But if I really wanted to stop the expansions, I would, well, whenever I reached adulthood, I would have to change the laws to, you know, to no fighting each other and no war that could be declared by my vassals, and the only wars that get declared is going to be through me. And if they don't like it, well then, they can take it up with me. Because that's how it works. Again, scored another big one. And this is your reward. I will have this all fixed later on. Figured you lost that one because you got a disfigured face. No, thank you. You know, we're getting awfully closer to, oh, by the way. Yeah, Merv, that's the county where... That's a Nestorian holy site, interestingly enough. Which I doubt we could control our area before the Sogdians beat us to it. And by the time we are bored with them, like when we meet, then that's when I will make them a tributary state. Since we've been friends for so long, and I thought, well, then they should just, still serve the Assyrian Empire in a way, not as vassals. They will still have their country. Because of my rowdy and willfulness, it's natural that I go for martial. And you've been good to me, Father, but at least you never asked me to convert to Zoroastrianism. Because, why on earth would you want to do that? And Regent is going to be the one to educate me on this sort of thing. And further education by getting a war tutor to teach me things. Or maybe pick up a philosophy or two. Building this stuff this time. Knowing that we're an ever-growing empire. I mean, you gotta have more, levies to keep up with the growth. I mean, you don't want to outgrow yourself and you can't, defend everything that you own. Host claim for Sistan. One for Makran. It's like, yeah, I mentioned Merv. Nestor and Holy Site. The other is way down there. But that one we may have to skip over. If I'm really want to implement the future of Indian expansion. But the real question is, by the time I reach adulthood, which society should I join? The Holy Order or the Fighters Guild? I like to climb, wrestle, and run. And as I grow older, I begin to notice I'm physically stronger than others. I will watch later. Now I'm uncouth. Warrior's way. And also, I guess we beat Tau into expanding. They should be content with what they have. They have Georgia and Armenia to themselves. And shouldn't be too concerned about Western Europe, Nestorian Western Europe at the moment. I think they'll be alright. But hey, you up to something? How about you, Egypt, huh? Because I wonder if you're doing any more of those future expansionist campaigns. Or even Abyssinia, perhaps, or Yemen. Now they've all settled down, so... But hey, there aren't going to be that many Zoroastrians left in this playthrough, because as part of that defensive pact with the Mazdans, there aren't going to be that many to stop us. Unless you want to consider about the... Oh, those nomads. No. Not scared of them either. Tannery and Rabbah is done. Hospital time. Spend big. And that disease resistance will guarantee that no disease will ever enter into Assyrian lands again. Yep, the Empire with a sophisticated, healthcare. At least in that part of the domain. Just to prepare ourselves, move some troops to there in anticipation of a future war for Makran. I get personally involved. Yeah, 13-year-old Empress is like, say, let me show you how it's done. Because, you know, she's an uncouth girl. Of course she's gonna go to work in a stone quarry. Gee, imagine that. But then again, this is part of the Great Trade League line. Imagine you're a baby, and it says, hey, the workers aren't producing much of trade goods or income from that resource. And it says, let me show you how it's done. And watch that little boy or girl do all the work that none of these workers could do. The soup kitchen in Sinjar burnt down quite recently in an accident. Without it, many of the poor might starve. I'll pay for the repairs, and I'm kind. Hawajite heresy in Leptis Magna. That's in Libya. Lots of money transfers and stuff. Yeah, that didn't work. Bunch of militia training grounds to be built to further increase the levy size. Which one would think that we're strong enough to take on just about anybody that the world throws at us. Not the entire world, but whoever's a member of the defensive pacts. Yeah, it's almost 50 now, which means below 50 I'm eligible to take on these particular Mazdans without the interference of pagans, Christians, and Indians. When I say Indians, I mean majority Jain with some Buddhist. But at least the Sogdians, which they haven't called for us yet. The Sogdians won't attack us because they're not part of the Defense Pact because we have an agreement in the Alliance. I'm 14, almost there. Asley really wants to go inside a scary haunted house. It looks like it's dangerous, but we've been told not to go near it. In Avar. I was about to say, what are you doing in Nineveh? But Nineveh dynasty, which means you're a bastard child of some unknown father. Apparently, half of our have Bulgarian heritage, I assume. I could do this. Whereas you couldn't. Ah, uncle's finally grew up. Very well. It's a matrilineal marriage, which means that part of the dynasty will get these two bloodlines from us, not the ones from Georges. So, actually, yes, from Georges, but not the Saintly bloodline. Okay, apparently, it's like, yes, you are a descendant of Ezekiel, part, but not of the Saintly bloodline. It's there, it's just, apparently doesn't have it. One would think, Oh, that's from a different part of kin. So that particular Sogdian dynasty will get the good bloodline from us. What did I just get? I've read about great women in history, and someday I want to be like them. Oh yes, great women like Marti and Talia. Huh. What is there to fear? Nothing. I went to the haunted house to prove my bravery. Oh, my regent and guardian gave me patience, so right now he's out of patience. I appreciate that. Really do. I will most likely join a martial society, either Holy Order or Fighters Guild, which would be the first time since, God, I don't know, the guy after Asher. It was centuries ago. I wake up in the middle of the night. My heart is racing, my whole body is feeling strange. What was I really dreaming about? Kiros kissing me, like Chancellor. His lips touching mine, my hands touching him gently. I wonder if Kiros feels the same way about me. Look, the man's 30 years old and the Empress is 14. Look, he's just a Chancellor who's trying to do the good work, but he'll get better from his dysentery. We need him as Chancellor. But we do like expanding the dynasty, so I'll pick up Lustful. He gets me all excited. Man. Girl crush. No, excuse me, this is how it applies. She's homosexual. So basically, she's having a crush on somebody, and it's too bad it's somebody way older than her. Huh. I mean, I'm sure you teenage girls, or at least any female viewers from your, like any female viewers that are watching this, and I'm sure in your younger years, come on, everybody's had a crush on certain somebodies. I ain't judging. Sure, I had crushes of mine, but I'm not, going to acknowledge it. Excommunication. Oh, you converted, right. But you still got Zoroastrians. Not to mention the guy's got consumption, great pox. Yes, he's super excommunicated. And he's going to die pretty soon. For God's sakes, stop talking about my uncle. We're not going to have a non-aggressive fact nor alliance of you. Too far away from me to care. Hawarjite favors Trump. Wonder what happened to that guy. Bounty was on him. Actually, just hold on to that title. We've just got a couple more months coming up. Don't give him vice royalty. Just hang it on for a few months, and then I could finally do some real adult work. Grown-up work. There you go. I was about to say, wait a minute. That word adult could have negative connotations. Watch your words. Oh, this again? Last time those supplies were useless to you. But hey, it actually worked. I mean, you did treat the guy that I had a crush with. He got over from his dysentery. That's the reason why he's still our Chancellor. Bingo! Now I'm a tough soldier. Know your enemy. Know your land, know your prey. Yep, Empress Ketina. Ketina. Remember that name pronunciation now. Alright. Oh, I am still eligible to join. They haven't banned women from joining. They haven't barred women from joining the Order of Saint Addai. That was actually my intention to join that society. I'll do that in a moment. The reason why is I wanted to continue what Talia had set out to do. She's the one that started this whole idea of expansion into Persia. And knowing that our future conflicts will be mainly against infidels of all kinds. Except the Buddhists. The Buddhists are okay on my book. But that's for particularly Sogdians because of the heritage we have. They're okay on my book. So you gotta fight against Zoroastrians there, and possibly enter into the Indus, and then they change colors. What gives? I don't know, but the color changed. Oh, we have kingdoms. Right. Remember, he's the Maharaja of Kosala, Bihar, Gujarat, and Gondwana. So he changed his primary title. I see. I see now. So I wonder how they never formed an empire like the Deccan Empire, Rajasthan, or Bengal. They never did that. So, anyways, okay. Let's do a little bit of work here. Yeah, the Duchy of Kurdistan, finally yours. What else? Oh yeah, I have this. Well, I thought I had a kingdom title for a moment, but no, that was Viceroyalty I gave, I think. No, wait, I don't remember. I just don't remember because sometimes I pause between recordings. What's threat level? 44. So, if we were to attack them now, the Mazdans we would be dealing with, not only, you know, that one that we would be fighting against, but the other Mazdans include the Assyrian Sultanate, which isn't doing too well, and those Pechenegs up there, which they're already all busy, so we should be alright. And the Sogdians, well, they're just ready and waiting. And we know that in anticipation of a future conflict, matter of fact, how's your Grand Temple? Ooh, almost finished. But tell you what, I'll give you some money. 2,000 of course, because that's the usual send gift option. And now, afterwards, I mean, one day, whenever our empire is bordered with your country, we will make you a tributary state. And of course, that means we will be fighting each other for the first and only time. And I would apologize in advance. And again, you use that money for mercenaries and whatever you're going to build with the neat little features on your grand Buddhist temple of Samarkand. Well, meanwhile, on my end, oh yeah, I need it equipped. Okay, put this on. Get that on as well. Knowing that I'm going to be martial intensive, be sure to equip most of the books that are martial related, such as these. Yeah, more marshal means more troops. Put this gown on. It's for diplomacy. Down. And equip this axe. Yeah, why don't you equip that? And I guess I'll equip the other ones with intrigue. You know, just to get that up a bit. You know, to be on the safe side. Just like I like it. Now, knowing that I'm going to join the Holy Order, I will switch my focus to war. More martial, more fervor increase. And I want to make a friend. I guess I ain't all that bright when it comes to learning. And I'm in no rush to having children, so... Give me, well, the martial's kind of high enough. And knowing that in future conflicts we'll be up against enemies of insurmountable odds, so... Be dedicated to Saint Mary, just like my mother. Now remember to drink the Fountain of Youth every 10 years, starting at age 18. Oh yes, the tutor. And can you tutor me? Wait, I don't know about that because, you know, some of his traits, though a great man, but I'm sure clearly there's someone better, right? Ah, screw it. Just do it. Hopefully he'll give me something good in the long run. I mean, I'm not going to get Master of Tactics. No, that's for those guys only. And remember, when we're at war with them, that also means we'll be at war against... Ooh, they're going to be a tributary state to Dinakon pretty soon, so they ain't going to be, you know, feeling independent for too long. Dinakon, those. Which those are the ones that basically rule India in a way, in terms of influence. Next to the Javajaro. Join up. Sign me up. I want to become a great holy warrior like my mother before me. And I know you don't take too kind of me being lustful, but and over time it's just... and again, I'm in no rush to get married. I'm not going to be married this soon to have children. No. Those two brothers, they'll do. They'll be fine. Despite the obvious, you know, absolute cognatic, you know, gender law, which I can have it changed if I wanted to. Let's see. One last thing. Again, we're not going to be facing this many, so this should be an easy sweep. Again, Holy War for Makran. Should we win, and we will, Tapiristan. Oh, we forgot about those guys. And you're not at war, so you're still pretty much active, so... Again, we can handle this without Sogdian help. Hey, I'm wondering, since you guys are Buddhists, oh, you're just one county closer to reaching, Bamiyan. Because, you know, that is the home of, oh, where the heck is it? Oh, never mind it, I was thinking of something else. You know, Buddhist site, and whatnot. Okay, let's go. To Makran. And after getting Makran, we would be knocking on the Indus Valley, and which is an entrance, the gateway to India, in which, look, let's just be successful first before you get ahead with whatever grand plan that our descendants will do. So, now you're up against just about every Zoroastrian power they'll throw at, so we have to switch our army rally point to, Esfahan. Vassals only. We're not sending our domain for this one because monetary reasons. And our retinues will be given a go. Yes, there's room for that county there. So, they'll do the sieging, the rest will do any fighting if anybody tries to take pieces of our territory. And we don't need Sogdian help. We'll be fine without them. '65 combat skill now. And because of further increased martial, I'm sure over time I will need military training. How many members are there, by the way? 59. Basically almost the same number of members when Talia was around. Uncle Saba. How long have you been Grand Master? Since 1101. Talia died in 1106. Oh wow. So when she was early 30s, Saba, Uncle Saba, became the Grand Master. I remember he wanted to join at such a young age, and I guess he must be one of the youngest Grand Masters to be promoted. But he has consumption, but don't worry, he's being treated, and he's out in a war against Prince Gaspar's claim of Rashka. So, yeah. Right, because he's because of his barony there and neighboring with Rashka, so therefore fighting for somebody's claim for that area. So, he's doing a favor with someone. Oh wait, this is something I have to consider for our future, I guess we could say, Indian campaign. I want to be heavy infantry this time. For the future of the Indian campaign, we can use the Persian Gulf and the Arabian Sea to ferry our troops to the Indus. Not into the river itself, just this region I'm referring to. As well as can go other places like Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamilakam. Yeah, those areas. Yeah, we can do that. I thought you got better for your dysentery. Well, we need a better chancellor now. Get this guy. Interestingly enough, he's a duelist. Yeah, they're coming. Just need you to lower the threat level, knowing that we're becoming an expansionist empire. We're no longer resembling the Neo-Assyrian Empire of old. Now we decided to become a world empire of sorts. Sardinia, you did well for yourself. Even though you got really bad cancer. No, they haven't looted that palace yet. Attacking Mali. Great conquest for Aquitaine. Think it, man? It's only for that area. And bits of, Catalonian area as well. I thought you were going to score big, but... Oh no, he'll be making gains. I wish nothing but the best for you. But man, if you could only continue on your reconquista of sorts of the rest of Hispania and drive out the African pagans, then they will no longer be the power that we once feared. Soon I will start fearing India, especially with my intentions. I mean, remember, Jains don't do holy wars. They don't do that kind. That's not what they believe in. And split. Put me in the center. Majid, he's still around? Yeah, guess we'll use that army to siege this area. Just give me my first taste in combat. Hey, do you think it's time to... Perfect timing. My first, military training. There's not that much holdings. It's a relatively poor area. So this will be a very easy war. So for now, just defend what's ours. The rest is backup. This is what I mean about the future of Indian wars. This long marches, we don't have to do that anymore. Like if it's on the ground, retinue first. They're going to be the first boots on the ground, in a way. And then the armies ferry through, then to them. That is a future plan for India. Oh, gee. I already got those two occupied. This will be ending very, very soon. As I said, give me another, bit of that fighting. We'll be spending a bunch of money after this war. My tutor has obtained some success. I've attained a love for learning that will help me in ruling. Sure, it's gonna hurt my combat skill by a slight margin. But hey, ups to learning, and that means I can compose a book now. And they like erudites here in the Order. They like that. Get back to your home territory. So yes, Sind has lost their troops, so they can't assist them. Yeah, they. Wait a minute. No, he's inherited. Oh boy, those Chinese people that ruled Sind for a couple of centuries. Well, they're now out of that contention. So now we got this clan. Even though he has weak claims to all these kingdoms, one would think, if anybody were to press all of those, he would have ruled India to all to himself. But we're not helping out anyone. Because mind you, the giant faith along with the Hindus are the only faiths that Nestorians cannot intermarry. Part of the reason why I'm acting a little bit hostile towards them because, you know, it's like, look, what if we can intermarry and interact with Buddhists such as these Sogdians that we've been friends for so long? But Jains and Hindus, nope, we can't do that. Even if we're sympathetic with the Eastern faiths. So Makran is ours, which of course the threat level is going to be through the roof on this one. Yep! So, no more waging war for a good long time. Unless I have to give independence to someone. Oh, who wants the Duchy of Makran? Satrapy of Sistan. I mean, look, you Persians, I know you're having a bit of a time with that. It's too bad you don't have children, which means all this would be for nothing, but I will give you Makran, because I feel bad for you. Oh, Sogdian is going to Merv. Well, I guess we can't go to that holy site, but do not worry. It will remain 100% because winning in so much holy wars, especially in Western Europe, as well as the conversions thanks to the Nenetfriends. By the way, is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. Grandfather. Wow. I think he was the world's oldest man, but finally died on September 5th, 1114, at the age of 97. Osmeg the Great. Never forget him. But now his grandson rules the kingdom of Nenetia, the homeland of the Nenets people. Even though this one isn't like his grandfather, because he's a monster, because of his cruelty. And I'm sure he will continue to spread the good faith. Continue to, fight the good fight. Talia and liberation of Azov. Are you against pagans? No, you're just against nomads. I see. Matter of fact, gotta pull back the retinue back home because, as we said before, we're not going to be around for future conflicts for the future Indian campaign. So therefore, our conquest to the east will be grinding to a halt because it'll take 343 months. Which, according to math, which I will, again, I have an iPad on my hand, I'm looking at the Convert Units app, just figuring how long is 343 months. That is in time. 343. Oh, god dang it, that's time, not. Look, there's 365 days in a year. And it's 365 days a year, so that's... Good thing. And how many weeks is... Look, Lord Master. You were homeschooled throughout most of your adult life, so... What do you mean adult life? That's childhood! 50 weeks. Yes, 50 weeks. 355, god dang it, 365, it's 52 weeks. So if 52 weeks is a year, relatively, I mean, god dang it, why it doesn't have months? Anyways, I'll do it off air when I'm done recording. Just remember it as a reference. And remember whenever your chancellor dies, find the next one. Because from now on, we cannot expand or participate in any more conflicts unless we wish to intervene in some other wars where Nestorians may be having a hard time. I mean, I doubt I would want to send troops to sail up to the Arctic to help the Red Sea. That's a... We would get scurvy by then. I mean, at least they feudalized. And nice hat to boot. Or maybe intervene in other conflicts. Well, look, town's got this in the bag. But, we can't help out in any of their wars. That's strictly territorial. Vassalization. They want to vassalize Russia. Denmark is Catholic. Sweden is still African. I mean, good God, man. So, if I wanted to intervene in some foreign conflict to help, or I don't know, if the mission tells me to, I want you to defeat the infidels somewhere, and I guess, and that's it is, even though it would be the world's longest boat trip to be sending a retinue-only group, because we're not sending full armies to an area where we all die of the cold. But Bulgaria, oh man, big problem. Or even some other places where Nestorians live and they need to, deal with other things. Even if we have to help out our old enemies, the Anatolians. Germany is not Nestorian, right? Neither is France. French is still... And of course, nobody's ever touched Iceland. That's lame. Yeah, nobody's touched that area. Because who would want to go up there? So I guess the only thing we could do now is we do have to wait it out while she will continue up training to be, hopefully, be a better dame and eventually the prioress for the Order of Saint Addai. As well as, and plus, if you need to fight infidels, don't forget to fight. I mean, we can, well, here's one conflict we can intervene in. Help out the Sogdian friends. So let's not forget about them. So basically, it's like if you want to fight against Slavic pagans, African pagans, Zoroastrians to a lesser extent, or even Jains, go for it. But I cannot declare any wars for my own gains. So it'll be a long, long wait. And subsequently, the possible expansion into Africa, which no doubt that one would think that we got to create a kingdom of Africa somehow and make it independent to lower our threat. And if I really want that threat lowered, well then, it's my own darn fault for winning that holy war. And it's Babylonia that did most of the expending, so you got a long time to wait. But before we get out of this episode, in which we're going to have to set, which what I've been saying is just basically setting a stage for the next one, we will continue building stuff for our domain. And how do I keep forgetting this one? Knowing that we will be a very powerful empire, which even defensive packs cannot stop Assyria's expansion. Okay, hospitals time. Now, medical academy for all of these places. And one would think, why don't I just build another wonder, you know, somewhere in my domain where a good portion of it would never be affected by raiders. I thought about that, but I don't know. My main focus is conquesting, not building a great building. Speaking of great buildings, I'm sure it's all finished by now. Nope. We will see it done in the next episode. Well, is there anywhere else that they build wonders? Great harbor? Where? A great harbor in Chonomandalam. They've been... When did they begin? 1112. So it was by Jagapala, the Wise. He commissioned the construction of a great harbor. Yeah. Then again, those town mills were known for overseas expansion in actual Indian history. So, yes. 4 wonders in Assyria, and now 4 other foreign wonders. While the royal palace in what county is it? Dibble, still under construction. It's too bad we're not raiders and we can't raid them just to loot their palace, which would have been fun. I mean, what good for a personal use of royal palace if I built already the bunch of features that was seen in other wonders? But again, we're going to end this episode right here on that note. And the next episode, most likely I will join a Sogdian war to help out just to, you know, improve my skill further. Hopefully this one in particular. And eventually rank up in the ranks of the Order of Saint Addai. Ketina has a bright future ahead of her. She's already continuing her legacy that Talia started in defeating the Zoroastrians and the Eastern expansion. So we'll be intervening in many foreign wars in this next episode. Wherever we're easy for me to say. Wherever we go, Assyria will be there. And we will be there in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.